Welcome to the Steins Gate 100% guide. If you would like to check out this guide in an article form, we have this guide and much more on our website, so check kirikiribasara.com for more information. If you are only interested in experiencing Steins Gate's story and you are not looking for 100% completion, the process is quite straightforward. At 3 different points from chapter 6 to chapter 8, you are given the option to either do nothing and reach a character's ending, Suzuha, Ferris and Lukako, or send an email to continue to the next chapter. If you proceed all the way to the last chapter, you will get Mayuri's ending. To reach the Kurisu and True endings, you will need to correctly reply to Kurisu's emails covered in the second part of this guide. For completionists, the first part of this guide will take you through the characters' endings, and we will get achievements that are easy to obtain during the first playthrough. In the second part of the guide, we will cover how to reach Kurisu and True ending. And finally, we will focus on the rest of the achievements that weren't covered, which require some more effort to obtain. With that out of the way, let us begin. You will immediately receive the Choice of Steins Gate achievement when you boot up the game for the first time. Once you complete the prologue, you will receive the Prologue of the Beginning and the End achievement. Once you start chapter 1, you can easily obtain few achievements just by messing with Okabe's phone. Memories of the Self, which is awarded for viewing sent emails, Memories of Another, awarded for viewing received emails, Vision Projection, where you need to go to the phone settings and change the wallpaper, and you can also get the First Sound achievement, which requires you to go to the phone settings and change the ringtone for calls. Read through the chapter as normal. When you reach the section where you need to set up the timer on the phone wave, you can receive the Home Run Level Clumsiness achievement by typing the wrong number into the phone 10 times. Type anything you want, and once you get the achievement, type in 120 to proceed. When you receive an email from Mayuri with subject UPA, reply with UPA. This will reward you with the Resonant Reaction achievement for replying to an email. When Mayuri replies to you, open the attachment to get the RaiNet Mascot achievement. When you receive an email from Ferris with the subject "The final battle is close at hand", reply with Red Southern Cross, then open the attachment in Ferris's reply to make progress on the Princess of Chaos achievement. We need one more email to get this achievement, but that will be much later in the game. Proceed with the chapter until the end. Completing the chapter will award you with the Time Travel Paranoia achievement. In chapter 2, Lukako will send you an email with subject "I made sweets". If you reply to this email chain correctly, you can receive the achievement Cruel Sister. First, you need to reply "Family" to the "I made sweets" email. Then you will receive an email titled "My Family", which you need to reply with "Sister". You will receive then an email titled "About my sister". Reading this will award you with the Cruel Sister achievement. During the chapter, you will have the choice of picking up a call from Mayuri and later from Kurisu. Ignoring one of these calls will award you with the Identity of Complete Isolation achievement. This achievement is granted for ignoring any of the calls during the game, and of course, you can make a save, ignore the call to get the achievement, then load your save to pick up the call if you'd like. When Moeka sends an email with the subject "Got info", read it to trigger an extra scene with Kurisu. Completing the chapter will award you with the Interpreter Rendezvous achievement. Chapter 3 does not have any quick achievements or decisions to take. The only part worth noting is that when Daru calls you, you can answer it to see a scene with him and Mayuri, or ignore it for a scene with Kurisu. Completing the chapter will award you with the Butterfly Effect Divergence achievement. In chapter 4, Suzuha will send you an email titled "Akihabara". Reply with "Peacefully". Suzuha will later send you a reply, and reading it will get you the Warrior Girl Sprite achievement. You can get the Discontinuous Qualia achievement for correctly replying to the following emails from Kurisu. You will get an email titled "Did you write it?" Reply with "Report". Kurisu will reply with "Please", and you need to reply to her with "Cup noodles". You will receive an email titled "Favor to ask", and reading it will get you the achievement. You can reply to it if you want, but it is not necessary. You can also get the Cat's Tea Time achievement for correctly replying to the following emails from Ferris. You will get an email titled "Sign of Increasing Misfortune", which you can reply with "He". You will later receive a reply titled "About Abilities". Reply to that with "Nya nya nya". Later you will receive a reply titled "Cat Tank Nya". Reading it will get you the achievement. During this chapter, you will automatically receive the 25% CG achievement for unlocking 25% of the game's CGs. Completing the chapter will award you with Chaos Theory Homeostasis achievement. In Chapter 5, when you receive an email from Mayuri titled "What made me happy today?", make a save and then reply with cosplay. Mayuri will reply with "the reason", and reading this email will get you the Passion's Best Forgotten achievement. Load the save file you created just before replying to Mayuri, and this time, reply to her first email with Fubuki-chan and Kaede-chan. Mayuri will reply with "huh", and reading this email will award you the Princess of Chaos achievement. Completing the chapter will award you with the Dogma in Event Horizon achievement. In Chapter 6, you have several options to call someone or not do anything. You will have an option to call Mayuri, later Rukako, and also Suzuha. Calling any of these characters will get you an extra scene with them. You will also be automatically awarded with 50% CG achievement for unlocking half of the game's CGs. At one point in the chapter, you will have the option to call Kurisu, Mayuri, or Daru. Calling one of them will get you an extra scene with the character you called, and if you do nothing, you will get a scene with Suzuha instead. When given the option to send the D-mail at the end of this chapter, make sure to save, then do nothing to reach the first ending of the game, Suzuha's. This will award you with the Irreversible Reboot achievement. Load the save file you created and send the D-mail this time in order to progress the story further. You will receive the Metaphysics Necrosis achievement for chapter completion. In Chapter 7, after some time you will get a call from Kurisu. If you answer it, you will get a scene with Kurisu, and if you ignore it, you will get a scene with Ferris. When given the option to send a D-mail at the end of the chapter, make sure to save. If you do not send the D-mail, you will achieve Ferris' ending, and with it the Isolated Jemai Wu achievement. Once you've done that, load the save you made earlier, and this time send a D-mail to proceed to the next chapter. Finishing the chapter will award you with the Made in Complex achievement. Chapter 8 is quite straightforward, the only decision is right at the end. You will have the option to either call the phone wave or not. Save the game, and then choose to not call the phone wave to reach Lukako's ending. This will award you with the Link of Corruption and Rebirth achievement. Load the save file you made earlier, and this time do call the phone wave. You will reach the next chapter and get the Fractal Androgynous achievement. Proceed normally through the Chapter 9. At the line, "Should I really leap now?", you can call the phone wave or you can do nothing for an extra scene, during which Kurisu will call you. Answer it for another extra scene. Later, you will get another call from Kurisu, and if you ignore it, you will get an extra scene with Moeka. You will also be automatically awarded 75% CG achievement during this chapter. When given the option to send a D-mail at the end of the chapter, do nothing for an extra scene and CG. Finishing this chapter will award you with the Endless Apoptosis achievement. Chapter 10 will play out based on your decisions in the game. If you have followed this guide, you will reach Mayuri's ending. Completing this ending will award you with the Stardust Sky achievement. Only 2 endings remain. First we will clear Kurisu's ending, which requires at least 1 to 5 true ending flags from a total of 6 flags. You will receive true ending flags based on your replies to Kurisu's emails. Acquiring all 6 flags will then put you into the true ending for the last chapter. First, we will cover how to get the first 5 flags to reach Kurisu's ending, and then the last flag for the true ending. The first flag is in Chapter 4, so load to the start of that chapter. If you are not saving your progress, you can load one of the quick saves, which are created at the start of each chapter. Reply to Kurisu's emails based on the following guidance. You will get an email titled "Did you write it?" Reply with Scientist. Then you will get a reply titled "Scientist", which you can reply to with "Bad Scientist". You will then get a reply titled "Bad Scientist", and reply to that with "Do better". You will get a reply titled "Home Alone", reply with "Outsider". Then you will get a reply titled "E", reply with "Disgrace". You will get then a reply titled "Staring at my hand", which you can reply to "Why am I still here?". This will also award you with the Genius Girl's Melancholy achievement. After all this, you will get an email called "Being Here". Reading this email will award you with the first true ending flag. Do not worry, only the first true flag is this complicated to get. Also note that the emails we will be mentioning from here on are only sent by Kurisu if you get the first flag. Proceed to Chapter 5 and you will get an email from Kurisu titled "Plans". Reply with "Traveling expenses", and later you will get a reply titled "Idiot". Just read it, and after some time you will get another email titled with emoji. Reading this will get you the second flag. Continue all the way to Chapter 7, where you will get the third flag. You will get an email from Kurisu titled "The Key". Reply to it with "I don't have a key". You will get email titled with emoji. Reply to this with "Security". Sometime later you will get a reply titled "You're delusional, I know". Reply with "Reality". Later you will get a reply titled "Reality". Reading it will get through the third flag. The fourth flag is in Chapter 8 and is quite simple. You will get an email from Kurisu titled Explain Yourself. Reply to it, there is only one reply option. Kurisu will later send another email titled From an Unpopular Girl. Reading it will grant you the 4th flag. The 5th flag is at the end of chapter 9. You will get an email from Kurisu titled Contact Me, Idiot. Reply with Worried, which Kurisu later replies to with Rere, Contact Me, Idiot. Reading it will grant you the 5th flag. Now you have all 5 flags, so proceed to chapter 10. You will get an email from Kurisu in the middle of the chapter titled Where Are You Now? This email leads to the 6th flag, so make sure to save and then ignore it to reach the Kurisu's ending. Finishing chapter 10 with Kurisu's ending will reward you with Paradox Meltdown achievement. After the ending, load the save you created when you got the email from Kurisu and this time reply with Where You Are. You will get the 6th flag and now you are on your way to the true ending. Enjoy the read. Do not worry, chapter 10 seemingly looks the same as Kurisu's ending, and the credits even roll, but be patient, because there is more. There are no more decisions left to make, so you can just enjoy the story to the end. Finishing the true ending will reward you with the Open the Steins Gate achievement, and if you got all the previous endings as well, you will get the Old World Lines Complete achievement for completing all endings. When you finish all the endings, you will be still missing few achievements. First one is 100% CG achievement. This one can be obtained by loading any save and checking the phone, as you will immediately receive an email with the last CG. Open the attachment and you will receive the achievement. Next achievement you might be missing is called Identity of Complete Isolation. To achieve this, all you need to do is ignore a phone call. There are plenty of phone calls that you can ignore during the game, but for example, there are 2 in chapter 2 and another 2 in chapter 7, so if you have not received this achievement yet, load a save in one of these chapters and just ignore the call. Another achievement you might be missing is called Message of Oblivion. You probably got this achievement randomly when you were skipping chapters, but we'll mention it just in case. All you need to do is ignore emails. Sounds easy, but it is more complicated than that. You need to ignore an email and then either finish the chapter or change the word line so that the email is not read at all. We feel the easiest way to do this is to load a chapter 6 save, or later and just ignore all emails skipping to the ending of that chapter. For an achievement called Songs of Chaos, you need to correctly reply to several emails in order to get 4 songs from the previous game in the series, Chaos. Go to chapter 2 and skip until you get an email from Ferris titled Original Sin Level Rising to 180%. Reply to it with 2000. Ferris will reply with email titled Song of Prophecy. Open the attachment to get the first song. The second and third songs are in chapter 3. You will get an email from Ferris titled Phantasm is the Cat's Meow. Reply with Phantasm. You will get a reply titled The Vocalist is a Beautiful Girl. Reply to that with Chaos. You will get a reply titled Riri, the Vocalist is a Beautiful Girl. This one includes 2 songs, so make sure you play both of them, as many people, us included, missed this and were missing 1 song. The fourth and final song is in chapter 5. Ferris will send you an email titled Komima. Reply with Collapsing, which will get you a reply titled Riri Komima. Open the attachment in that email and play the song. You will get the Songs of Chaos achievement. For an achievement called Froggy Fad Demise, you need to reply correctly to a set of emails so that you receive all Froggy wallpapers. The first batch is in chapter 3. You'll receive an email from Lukaku titled About Frogs. Reply with Froggies. Lukaku will reply with an email titled More News About the Frogs. Just open the attachment and view all the wallpapers. The second and third batch are both in chapter 7 and are a bit trickier to get. You need the first and second true ending flags, because the second batch of Froggy wallpapers can only be acquired in a true ending flag email from Kurisu. So make sure you load the save where you have all those flags, and then proceed based on the following guidance. Kurisu will send you an email titled The Key. Make sure to save, as we will need to return to this email for the third batch of wallpapers. Reply with I don't have a key. You'll get email titled with emoji. Reply with frog. You'll get a reply titled Froggy. Open the attachments and view all the wallpapers there. Now load the save you created when Kurisu sent you the key email, and this time reply as such. Reply with home. You will then get an email titled home. Reply to that with yeah. Later, you'll receive an email titled go. Reply with I'm gonna give it to you straight. You'll receive an email titled Blazing Heart. Open the attachment and view the rest of Froggy wallpapers. This should alert you with the Froggy Fad Demise achievements. The last achievement we will mention here is Hero of RaiNet. This is probably the most convoluted achievement to get in Steins Gate. You need to collect all 13 summaries of episodes from the fictional anime RaiNet. These summaries are received in 5 emails over several chapters from various characters. The first one is in chapter 1. You'll get an email from Mayuri titled Upa. Reply to this email with Upa and then reply with Kakeru-kun. Mayuri will send you an email titled It's Interesting. No reply needed, you just need to open the attachments to get the first batch of summaries. Go to chapter 3 and you will receive an email from Ferris titled Phantasm is the cat's meow. Reply to Theme Song. Ferris will reply with an email titled RaiNet OP2, reply to that with RaiNet Kakeru. You will then get a reply titled RaiNet Episode 13. Open the attachment in the reply and go through all the pages. Now go to chapter 4, the remaining 3 summaries are here. First, you will receive an email from Mayuri titled Speaking of Lotteries. Reply to it with magazines. You will receive a reply titled Going Out, la la la, reply with Kanchi-kun. Mayuri will reply with About Luka-chan, reply to it with Kakeru-kun. Finally, you will receive a reply titled Kakeru-kun with the attachment, open it and read all summaries. The fourth summary is quite simple. You will receive an email from Lukako titled About RaiNet, which includes the attachments with the episode summaries. The final RaiNet email is from Ferris, titled Sign of Increasing Misfortune. Reply with he. Ferris will then reply with About Abilities, and you can reply to that with Chinchilla Star. You will get a reply titled Rare Episode 8, which you can reply to it with Episode 8. Finally, Ferris will send you an email titled About Episode 8. Open the attachment there and go to all the pages. And this should award you the achievement Hero of RaiNet. And with that, you finished the game and collected all the achievements. Congratulations!